Rab explains it all. Math, chem, physics never fall. Subscribe and learn. Ace every test, so Rab explains it best.
Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about similar figures and we are going to learn how to solve questions of this chapter. In this type of question, usually one of the sides is variable and the question expects us to calculate the value of that side. Okay, let's start. Here we have two triangles, and by looking at them, you may think to yourself that they look like each other, so they are similar. But you cannot be sure. When we talk about mathematics, you must be sure of something. Okay, two figures to be similar to each other must have two conditions at the same time. The first condition is all the corresponding angles must be equal to each other. As you can see, we have three angles here and all of them are equal to each other. So we have the first condition. The second condition is corresponding sides must have same ratio. What is the meaning of that? Corresponding sides must have the same ratio. We are going to learn that through examples, so don't worry about it. Let's solve the first example. We have two parallelogram here. The first one is ABCD and the second one is EFG. The question is asking about the value of x. So look, pay attention to this symbol. It means they are similar to each other. Okay? I told you when two figures are similar to each other, corresponding sides have same ratio. What does it mean? Look at this one. This is our variable. Okay? I write it here. I must form a fraction. What is the corresponding side of this x in the larger parallelogram? As you can see, this is 18. So x over 18. I started with a smaller parallelogram. So I'm going for the smaller parallelogram in the second fraction. The other side is 16. And what is the corresponding side of 16 in the larger parallelogram? It is 24. Okay, now I must solve this proportion. There are several methods for solving this proportion and I'm going to use cross products. Okay, so I must multiply diagonally first numerator to second denominator and second numerator by first denominator. So I'm going to have x times 24 is equal to 16 times 18. If you don't know how to solve proportions, I strongly suggest you to watch that video first. I'm going to put the link in the description. I must make the x alone, so I must divide it by 24 and I must do exactly the same with the second side. These two are going to cancel each other out and I'm going to have x is equal to 16 times 18 over 24. I can simplify this one by 8, it's going to be 2, and this one by 8, it's going to be 3. This one by 3, it's going to be 1. This one by 3, it's going to be 6. And 2 times 6 will be 12. So the value of x is 12 centimeter. And this is the answer of this example. Look at the next example. We have two trapezoids, one of them ABCD, and we have this symbol here. It means they are similar to each other. And EFG. Find the variables. Okay, here we have two variables. Let's write the ratio for all of the sides, then we will decide what to do. Here we have x. What is the corresponding side in the smaller trapezoid? As you can see, here is 1. I'm going to write it 1. I'm going to put it in the denominator. What should I write in the second numerator? As you can see, I started with the larger trapezoid. So I'm going to continue with the larger trapezoid. Larger trapezoid must be in the numerator. I have 6 centimeter here. And again, here, this is the corresponding side. I'm going to write 3. Here, Larger trapezoid, I have 4. I must write it in the numerator. And this one is y. I'm going to write it here. And of course, here I have 4 centimeter again. And this one is z. Okay, here I have 4 fractions that they are equal to each other. I must choose 2 of them to solve this example. First of all, I'm going to start with this one because I want to First of all, I'm going to start with this one because I want to calculate the value of x first. Which one should I consider next? Should I consider this one, or this one? As you can see, in the third one and the fourth one, we have another variable. So if I continue with them, I'm not able to calculate the value of x because I'm going to have one proportion and 2 variables. So I must start with the one that I have the values. I'm going to continue with this one. Okay, what do I have? X over 1 is equal to 6 over 3. I'm going to get help from mental method. As you can see, there is a relationship here, and this denominator is divided by 3, so I can realize that this 6 must be divided by 3. So x is equal to 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2 centimeters. I'm telling you again, if you don't know how to solve proportions, please pause the video and watch that video first. I'm going to put the link in the description. Let me erase the board to solve the rest of the example. So I calculate the value of x. Now I know that this value is equal to 2 centimeters. Okay, let's go for y. I want to calculate the value of y. And by knowing the value of x, now I can get help from x over 1 as well, because I know that the value of x is 2, 1. But I prefer to get help from 6 over 3. Why? Because if I calculated the value of x wrong, I'm going to calculate the value of y wrong. So there is no need to take that risk. I'm going to write 6 over 3 is equal to 4 over y. I'm going to use cross products here. I'm going to multiply diagonally and I will set them equal. I'm going to have 6 times y is equal to 3 times 4. I can divide both sides by 6 to make the variable alone. These two will be cancelled by each other out. If I divide this one by 3, it's going to be 1, it's going to be 2, it's going to be 1, it's going to be 2. So y is equal to 2 centimeters. Now I have the value of y, which is 2 centimeters. Let me erase the board to make some space for myself. Okay, in previous part, I calculated the value of y, which is 2 centimeters. Now I want to calculate the value of z, and I must pick another fraction. I have the value of y and value of x, and I can use those 2 fractions. But as I told you, I don't want to take that risk. So I'm going to use this fraction and this one. 4 over z is equal to 6 over 3. Again, cross products. These two must be multiplied to each other and these two must be multiplied to each other. So z times 6 is equal to 4 times 3. Dividing by 6 to make the coefficient of z1. These two will be cancelled by each other and I can simplify it by 3, 1, 3, 2. Again, 2, 1 and 2, 2. So z will be equal to 2. And this is the only correct answer of this example. Let me erase the board. I want to tell you another method which is really easier. Okay, pay attention to the second method that I'm going to introduce. Sometimes it can be really helpful. Look, I have x here. I do not know the value of x. Which side in the smaller trapezoid is the corresponding side with x? This is 1. So I have one unknown here. What about this side? I have 6 here and I have 3 here, right? If I look at it, I will realize that this side is divided by 2, or this side is multiplied by 2. Both of them are correct. So I can understand that I must have same relationship in all the sides. For example, this one. This one is 4 centimeter and the corresponding side is unknown. As I told you, this side must be divided by 2 because we have same relationship. Okay, 4 centimeter divided by 2 will be 2 centimeters. Or this one, we can realize that this one must be multiplied by 2 because we have same relationship. If I multiply this one by 2, x will be 2 centimeters. Or even this one, here I have 4 centimeters and here I have z. I can easily realize that I must divide it by 2 because I have same relationships in all the sides. If I divide this by 2, I'm going to have 2 centimeters. It's up to you which method are you going to choose. The second method is easier and it does not require any calculation. Look at the next example. We have two triangles that they are similar and the question expects us to calculate the missing length, which is y here. Okay, I'm going to write the proportion. As I told you, we are going to have same ratio in corresponding sides in similar figures. I'm going to start with y. Okay, y for the larger triangle. Okay, what is the corresponding side? Here can be a little bit tricky because if I rotate this shape, both of the 4 centimeters and 3 centimeters can be corresponding sides of the y. What is the corresponding side of y in a smaller figure? As you can see here, y is located between two angles, 53 degree and 90 degrees. So the corresponding side in a smaller triangle must be located between these two angles. Here we have 53 and here we have 90. Therefore, this 3 centimeter is the corresponding side is equal to, again, we are going to continue with the larger triangle because here in the numerator I have a side of the larger triangle. Okay, I have 12 centimeters here and this is located between 37 and 90 and this one is located between 37 and 90 degree. So this is the corresponding side over 4 and I'm going to get help from cross product. So I need to multiply diagonally. So y times 4 is equal to 3 times 12. I must make the coefficient of y 1. How? By dividing both sides by 4. These two will be cancelled each other out. I can simplify it. If I divide this one by 4, it's going to be 1. If I divide this one by 4, it's going to be 3. So y is equal to 3 times 3, 9 centimeters. And this is the correct answer of this example. So pay attention. Sometimes finding corresponding sides can be challenging. Look at this example here. These two sides are equal to each other. We are going to write the ratios and set them equal to each other. So I'm going to start with this one in the smaller triangle. X over what is the corresponding side in larger triangle? It is 10 inches is equal to. Again, I'm going to continue with the smaller triangle in the numerator. I'm going to have 2. And here the corresponding side is 4. Cross product. X times 4 is equal to 2 times 10. Simplifying, dividing both sides by 4 to make the coefficient of x1. These two are going to cancel each other out. And I can divide this one by 2, 1, this one by 2, 2. Again, this one by 2, 1. This is going to be 5. Answer is 5 inches. Look at the next example. This one can be a little bit challenging for finding corresponding sides. I'm going to start with the smaller triangle. So A, what is the corresponding side of A in larger triangle? As you can see, A is located between 30 degree and 90 degree. So I must find the side which is located between those corresponding angles. As you can see, I have 30 and I have 90. So 8 is located between those two angles. I'm going to write 8. I'm going to write for a smaller triangles in the numerator because I started with a smaller triangle in the numerator. I'm going to have 6 here. And of course, I'm going to have 10 here. Again, cross product. A times 10 is equal to 6 times 8, 48. I must make the coefficient of A 1. How am I supposed to do that? By dividing both sides by 10, because I'm not allowed to divide only one side by 10. These two are going to cancel each other out. And 48 divided by 10 is going to be equal to 4.8 centimeter. And this is the only correct answer of this example. Here you can find more examples and I strongly suggest you to solve them at home. If you have any question or if you wanted to share your answer, please feel free and write them in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.